Just as Rome was not built in a day, the Colosseum took years, blood, sweat, and passion to gain its glory. The Colosseum holds the Guinness World Record as the largest amphitheater on Earth. Nevertheless, the story is more than visuals. Il Colosseo is witness to more than 2,000 years and keeps secrets of centuries that welcomes explorers to unearth new mysteries. Gifted to the people of Rome by the emperor, the Colosseum has been a symbol of love, fear, joy, and ecstasy. You cannot grab all the layers of secrets it holds. It will surprise you every time with new mysteries. Although it is impossible to explore the entirety of the building in a single visit, I will discuss the top 5 secrets of the Colosseum in Rome that will make you revisit the place. Stay tuned and explore the hidden secrets with me. Many visitors get fascinated by the gigantic structure, so much so that they overlook what lies beneath their feet. A few people are aware that there is a large series of complex design tunnels under the floor of the Colosseum. These tunnels are randomly arranged and were not designed for recreational purposes. However, this network of underground tunnels was used for military purposes, such as to transport animals, gladiators, and scenery to and from the area. Adjacent to the tunnels, there were also spacious rooms. So, there was a city beneath the Colosseum. These rooms and chambers were home to storing equipment. Over the years, access to these tunnels has been largely restricted. It is not possible to get down under them and have a tour. Although the government officials have successfully restored numerous portions of tunnels, it remains a mystery as to the length, direction, and size of these tunnels. Fortunately for tourists, these tunnels can easily be viewed from the stands. There are traces, which visibly indicate the presence of these veins, like architecture running under the building. These are built as long hallways, with ceilings stretching to 20 feet. Recently, a few tunnels have become accessible. So, you can visit them by getting permission from authorities. An enigmatic exploration that you should not miss, as you will feel connected to the movement of horses and gladiators while moving through masterfully created tunnels. All the underground complexities are commonly known as hypogeum and include pens, chambers, shafts, and elevators. If you have heard about the Colosseum, then you must have wondered how they would get animals and gladiators into the main ground from underneath tunnels. It is fascinating. You must be surprised to learn they built a sophisticated elevator system used to lift animals and gladiators to the arena floor. These elevators were operated by a series of slaves who would use ropes and pulleys to lift cages and platforms to the surface. The Romans used a counterweight system operated by teams of 8 slaves. These workers cranked a wheel connected to the stage, lifting gladiators and animals into the arena. You will also see a large underground stage known as Galleria H, which was used to haul large animals like elephants and giraffes. Unluckily though, current elevators are not originals but replicas, although it is quite ingenious and not a small bit frightening. The finished animals would not enjoy the liftoff as they were dragged out of the arena by the winning gladiators. Although replicas, current elevators are built on the same mechanism as the real ones, as these were tested during installation and worked perfectly to manage the weight of an elephant. The elevation system was modern at the time, as the best engineers were employed to complete the task. Although it took dozens of experimental designs before reaching to the final version, as the major challenge vested in lifting heavy animals like elephants, rhinoceroses, or hippopotamuses. Have you noticed that the building has no roof? Although it looks odd to have a roof at a stadium of Colosseum size, you will be astonished to know that once it had a roof. If you have ever visited Rome previously in the summers, you know how sweltering it gets during the daytime. Now imagine, this heat for animals and gladiators and spectators, it would have been impossible to sit for the entire day in the heat to watch the clashes. Therefore, the Colosseum was constructed with a retractable roof. It was also a necessity, as you cannot imagine luxury-loving ancient forebears to stand a chance to face such heat. Thus, the roof was designed to shield spectators and dignitaries from the relentless Italian sun, thus allowing them to sit back and enjoy blood sport in shady bliss. Further, by the reign of Titus in 80 AD, movable roofs were commonplace in theaters and amphitheaters across Europe. However, covering the largest amphitheater in the ancient world was an unthinkable challenge. Driven by their ingenuity, engineers developed an enormous retractable awning rivaling modern state-of-the-art sports stadiums. However, no one can explain with certainty how they were able to achieve this feat. Therefore, it remains a mystery and any explanation a speculation. However, the best explanation states that the roof used 240 evenly spaced wooden masts that sprang from the top tier. The awning did not cover the entire stadium, rather provided shadow to spectators while keeping the light through to the ground, which created a dramatic spot lit by the sun. The Colosseum's marble served many other buildings in the vicinity, so it became a source of inspiration and donation to give its aura to other constructions, thus deteriorating its originality and destroying the aura of Colosseum. The Colosseum was originally built clad in marble that added a grand touch of imposing appearance. However, very little is left behind the original marble, although you can witness a few patches here and there in the building, but the majority is lost. During the reign of papacy, it was officially allowed to dismantle Carrara marble from the Colosseum to be transported and used in other buildings in Rome. Although not surprising as many constructions face such a sad fate, it was considered a sin as many individuals stood for Colosseum only to be ripped off. It is uncertain whether Renaissance builders were short on resources or simply wanted to recycle materials, but they stripped the Colosseums of its limelight. The most important and expensive marble was used at St. Peter's Basilica to construct the facade of the Grand Cathedral. Sadly, the stripped white marble was also used for private constructions such as palazzi of rich Roman. The Colosseum, a marble masterpiece, lost its beauty to the looters. History will never forgive them, and neither will the blood of gladiators, who once washed the building with their passion. Further, it also deteriorated the color of the Colosseum. As it was originally vibrant in color, it was painted with bright red, blue, green, and gold accents. Over time, it has left the building in pale yellow color as we see it today. The grandeur of the Colosseum in Rome is evident from how the term Colosseum is now commonly used to describe any large amphitheater. The word Colosseum is now a generic term. You will notice that any large amphitheater used for sports or entertainment is now a Colosseum, meaning the Colosseum has changed the dictionary. Romans originally coined the term after a giant statue that stood near the Colosseum. They used to call the statue of Nero as Colosseum. However, since the Colosseum became a global sensation, thus you should write it as the Colosseum, and should be capitalized while all other buildings will remain Colosseum. However, previously it was christened the Amphitheatrum Flavium, based on Flavius Emperor's dynasty. If you are curious enough, you can still find this name engraved on the walls of the Colosseum. We leave it to you to go and find it. Likewise, do you know the left exit of the building is known as the death exit? Yes! It was the same door from which the unlucky gladiators were disposed off. The Colosseum in Rome, Italy, is witness to centuries of bloodshedding and tough conditions. However, the building remains intact like the warriors who fought for their lives. However, many unlucky people could not make it to the right side of history and were drained off through the death exit. The fascinating building has become the epicenter and the most recognizable buildings of Italy. It is impossible to unearth all the secrets of the Colosseum. There are hundreds of secret layers to be discovered. Each time you visit the place, you will find a new secret ready to reveal itself to the world. The Colosseum is not just the symbol of Roman power, but also a testament to human capacity. The building is a reminder of rich culture, art, and engineering minds, and it continues to inspire us by revealing its secrets bit by bit. Share your thoughts on the hidden secrets of the ancient amphitheater in Rome. Give a big thumbs up if you like the Colosseum Insights. Subscribe for more explorations and discoveries.